Daddy Sarge, and the song titled Watermelon Politics. The time from the studio clock is 7 3 minutes to the big hour 7:30. And remember, at any time from now, they're gonna Studio 2 enjoying your favorite program, Good Morning Salon. But for the meantime, let me mash up this one for Balestino, 5 and 6 Gloucester Street. Hope you get a fun time this morning. And also the Dean of Faculty, Milton Magai Congo Cross, that you, Mr. Louis. I hope you get a fun time this morning. Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, the true voice of the people. Stay tuned.
Together with drinks, and some man put on the water. Then we got on to fish. But that is the term matador. And so Panda he go left. When he go the diamond, when he go the SSCME. Western of Congo, we run any developments. When it comes of the people, by the people, for the people. Them if we say we ain't boss, or them if we say we ain't skunk. Then they are that. Tomorrow then they so. Tattoo with their political susu. Then they are that. Tomorrow then they so watermelon politics. I get one mommy.
Alright, stay tuned to Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, for we don't continue for stay tuned where the dream where that is Sarge be one dream. Let no go sleep it. Let wait for us. Well, it'll reach time for we go now Studio 2 and bring come the program Good Morning Salute. So now gonna say stay blessed, stay safe, and stay connected. As we go now and bring come the program Good Morning Salon.
Studio. Good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today on Wednesday, March 4, 2026, and where they bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. My name is Karifa to Conte.
And my name is Usman Kamara. Good morning. Inside the program this morning, the President Julius Maada Bio assures Salon people say in government will continue for support free, transparent electoral process in the country. The deputy ambassador to Salon, Guinea, Her Excellency Fatmata Sawane don't say one challenge where they tap the embassy not for give better protection to citizens in na other country because Salon citizens them not can register na the embassy so that they go no say then they in other country day. And today inside the program Radio Democracy go look inside the aid and the case part 2 report where IGR do where they show say where they show how then they give rest contract for inmates them na the correctional center them na the country.
Well, this and plenty other story then inside the program, plus the ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Ambassador Abdel Fattah Musa say terrorism, piracy and illegal fishing na serious security concern them where the ECOWAS region they face. Members say they listen to me live on www.radiodemocracy.sl and Alio Rock Metal Group, the sponsor Radio Democracy for bring the Good Morning Salon program come to you and powered by AfriCell Salon. And self, you listen to me live from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinaduga and Falaba District, Radio Malen 88.5 when Radio 101.3 na Pujon District, Radio Colente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Mwa 105.5 na Kailaum, Vopa Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando Radio 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Karine na Kamako 98.0, Voice of Masoro Pujon District, Advocacy Radio Potloko District, Radio Katsbami on 106.7 at Tonkolimba and at FM on 95.9 at Moyamba District. The program na Good Morning Salon and you can send me a message on the number 077921981 or if you go to our Radio Democracy Facebook page.
Inside the program this morning, we take with us material outside the ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Ambassador Abdel Fattah Musa say terrorism, piracy, and illegal fishing na serious security concern them with the ECOWAS region they face. For more on this, make we join Mohamed Lamin Kebe.
That's now how it been like inside the closing day ceremony. After a 3-day extraordinary meeting, we be bring together Chief of Defense staff them. Now different member states, now the ECOWAS region. This extraordinary meeting, now one, where they give opportunity to member state Chief of Defense staff them for engage and self-discuss critical issue them. We get for do with peace and security, now the ECOWAS region. The ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Ambassador Abdel Fattah Musa, some of the key security concern them where they affect the region.
It has been 3 days. 3 days of intensive deliberations by the leadership of our defense and security forces in West Africa. The discussion took place against the backdrop, ever-changing security environment, geostrategic alliances, geopolitical interests in our region that have also added to the major security challenges facing the region. First and foremost, the threat of terrorism and violent extremism in our region. Our maritime domain is also facing a lot of challenges. Instead of generating the livelihoods through the blue economy, we are also faced with myriad of challenges, including piracy, armed robbery at sea.
As the Republic of Salon Armed Forces hosts this extraordinary conference, where they talk, the Chief of Defense Staff at the Republic of Salon Armed Forces, ALSLAF, Lieutenant General Amara Aida Bangura, call on the company Chief of Defense Staff them for CC to maintain and improve peace and security at the region.
They try to face a cosmopolitan and transnational in their nature and character. They cross borders, they don't respect borders. Not only that, but they are threatening the very values that we seek to protect: freedom, liberty, civil liberty, and people to live in their social well-being. But if we sit down and allow the terrorists to surpass or overcome us, then the value for our very existence is destroyed. And our people that we live to protect will never forgive us. Distance is not a protection, I always say. It doesn't mean if you do not have terrorists within your region, so you must not collaborate to help those that have been dealing with it. You always fight the terrorism, not when it lands your country, but you fight it from afar.
Lieutenant General Bangura continue for talk about the need for finance ECOWAS standby force for help maintain peace and security.
Also, let's find innovative ways of funding our defense and security architecture. We have to go the extra mile. It's difficult, but let's convince our political leaders that the only architecture we have to deliver peace, stability, development, and prosperity for our sub-region is the ECOWAS standby force, and by extension, our individual armies. So once we bring our various capabilities to bear, we'll be able to support and we take security as one body, not individual security. The physical security domain is over. We should fight human security. Now, we fight displacement security, hunger, agriculture, infrastructure. Once we have that kind of sense or awareness, we'll be able to ensure that we deliver stability for our country and at regional level, we deliver the regional security required by all.
Lieutenant General Bangura and assure ECOWAS authorities say Republic of Salone Armed Forces will continue for play a role as part of commitments of the ECOWAS treaty with Salone government and signature to for Radio Democracy. Mamelamin Kile the report.
The program now Good Morning Salone, they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As soon as we do one power headline today, we will look at the reports where the Institute for Governance reports pool, where they look inside the 8 case part 2 reports where IGR do, we show how they give us contracts for inmates then at the correctional center then at the country. Well, that's one for welcome with studio guest winner Angola Valley in the executive director of the Institute for Governance Reform. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Good morning, listeners and viewers online.
Okay, so before we can to the topic where we can talk about the law starts first from the first report we pull we now on the passports and save the toll gates. What did happen after that report day for IGR?
Thank you very much, Carissato. So say the first report we pull now be the 8 case part 1, we be the deal with the passport, like I say, and the toll gate. And for listeners that will not be listening to without the two big findings that now every year we raise $21 million on average since for the past 9 years, and we calculate say now $172 million now in Sierra Leone don't raise, and as Salone people and they actually collect that money every day as the past that they told. We find out say now only $1 million now then Chinese and non government so far. And on the passport, we realize we print about 60 to 70,000 passports every year. Within they sell $100 per passport, one of the most expensive in West Africa. And they amount to about $70 million over the past 8 years. And one of the things that we'll find out is that per all-in transaction in the passport, 1 cent when the passport, you handle they sell the passport, the company will not net page, not get to Salone. And then they publish not to for run after government. The role of civil society now for provide information with government need for let government effective. Opposition and they replace government, civil society and they replace government. So we in IGR with the watch say would they just publish reports? One of the things they hold the pride ourselves, we they try for check how the recommendations don't go, because the true impact of civil society now how much correct government and how government use that information they for improve yourself, for improve the standards governance. So now we've been talking a lot of follow up. Like yesterday we've been getting a meeting with Parliament, with the Public Accounts Committee. We're not the mandated body for where they look at the NTN. So a few of the things that we, the Public Accounts Committee, even before that we talked to some opposition MPs, we been involved in this process here. One of the things that we'll find out, today, even Parliament with lawmakers there, they don't know the loan agreement. In fact, to ask the Public Accounts Committee, when I don't see the loan agreement, they say no. That means the money where they actually give, because China Railway 7th Group then send a loan then take. The amount of loan where they take, that agreement the China Parliament of Sierra Leone we really not approve we own agreement in OCM. So it means they don't know whether if you're talking at $153 million, you don't know if now $153 million they actually give for we road, or $100 million they actually give for the roads where we should say so that the road not even cost that amount there. So we realize this year, last year, exactly the 8th of May, the Public Accounts Committee may write to the Ministry of Finance, and they ask a number of questions. One, they really want for let the Chinese company give the data, the toll data, for 3 years, and so that they can understand how the revenue, then we're able to monitor the revenue process. And they'll be asked back, say, they go on for let them get a special audit on the toll road, and they'll be asked back for let them, for say they want for get more clarity, because whose side the money they go, like where they collect the money all day today, that account they put on, nobody don't know. Nobody don't know how the toll is monitored. In fact, that report they will be published now, the first report down there, where they show how the toll is monitored. Right. In fact, if I'm for let them tell whether that report is accurate or not accurate. So one of the things we'll find out that even within the law, among the lawmakers, whether they make the law, there is challenge. And one of the things that we didn't tell we now that there is much more challenge around concession agreements. So then concession within the give. And too often then concession they come up from the executive. So one of the things that we'll find out, it's difficult for the parliament oversee the executive, especially when it comes to concession agreement. The second thing we'll find out just quickly, now on the next page, we'll find out, say, next page don't begin to pay some money. They don't pay about 3 million loans, which is good. And it means, I think, say, the advocacy way we do with all of the media partners, it pay off. We see the how they call them, the release with prisons, then pool, we find for a lot talk about them. But all of this not to malice, really, now for let we country we all love, they improve.
Before we look at the report we get for do with prison, one thing we mentioned that Parliament defend and difficult for checkmate the executive. But again, before Parliament they approve certain contract and can go with some of the documents and then a Parliament. Is it that a member of Parliament them not to go through some of them documents and they and ask the right question, we can miss them at the end? So
you see, whilst with the blame, so for example the toll road happened under APC, but there is something will happen back under SLPP. SLPP even increased the toll. So they still say the governing parties them, they can so want for protect the politics that then can get little time for scrutiny. So none of us say Parliament not they scrutinize, but normally governing party interest, and then they will really see how we need for the checkmate. Because one of the things then wait for make Parliament strong, Parliament forgets appetite for scrutiny. But too often you can see say governing party MPs, they're not can get appetite for scrutiny. Okay. And so now that make it's under both systems. So we need for now change governance, we need for enhance the scrutiny role of Parliament. So then document they can come. But if something come with governing parties say no, now we interest this. So ruling party MPs then can be difficult, they can find it difficult for them. Let them push their interest.
All right. When then to report there come on the toll road and passport, we see the two institutions and they mean concern. Wherein they say most of the information then not correct. As IGR executive director, on a still stand by on a data on a pool say it correct, even though the institution there
we not see
contrary.
We not see any other data in the public domain. We not hear it. The China Railway 7 group talk say. No, contrary to this, now this really would they make per day. And there's an additional information we don't just share. That's that even the loan we then get, we don't know about them. If then loan then they get them on behalf of Sierra Leone, we actually need to understand. And this really, I don't want for pursue any, say now the world now you get this geopolitics where they go on. The one group day for China, one group for America. Find less small salon day in the midst of that. But one of the ways them we the Chinese and they operate around the world, where they see say the darkness around loan and aid. I think so we need to clarify that. And the more salon gets clarity on how loan, especially loan where government they take, will get clarity. Now the more they know what they enter into, and especially the fact say we get a lot of concessions around mining, we get beaucoup concessions around roads. So if we're not clear about that one, then a problem, not only for now but for the future. So then it's not about malice, we not hate any country. As a matter of fact, we congratulate China because of the things that they do for we as a country. But we did talk about trade relations. I think say the information the more clear, the clearer they are, the better we can engage us, not only as civil society but as citizens.
So, and you mentioned just now say the next page don't pay some of the couple them for the passport. So, what about the toll gates where you report say government already pay the money way according to the contract where they get with the Chinese government? Is it that
we not get yet updates on the payment? We need to get updates on the payment.
Okay.
Of course, we're not a journalist as well. If I'm following, I get updates on the payment we CRSG don't make, because the true impacts of the thing here, not to just IGR, they track the impacts of the report there. The impacts of the report here will be tracked by una all, because if fine for una know what is happening in prison after that. What they happen at the next page? What they happen na the toll gate? Because then here we know say sometimes that the media not can get better resources, so that make way civil society they go then deep dive research them. But the media can complement by just handling your mic and go into the office and they ask them questions. But at the moment we don't know. One of the things that we now know that there was at a point in there was a waiver.
okay?
They actually waived the 5% with government for GI, with CRSG they get parliament for GI to government, and the excuse with them GI is that business bad, because of COVID, because of Ebola. But if you know they show the data, how you go talk say business bad? What is informing that? Which data way NRA they use, the National Revenue Authority, for actually charge which will they get from the toll? And the reason if I follow stress and we've been stressed in the last report for say this is not the first toll we Salon don't get. The more we manage this well, the more we can understand how we on a sustained basis we'll be able to finance the road across the country. So whether in a SLPP, in a APC, these are something we forget interesting, because that's all they it's map they need the actual scholar you be. They pay the money, and the more you pay, if that money it's used accountably, now the more you will get road na young community so they come out.
Okay, so now look at the reports proper way now the 8 panic case part 2 reports way on our poll. So take me through there.
Yes, so the part 2 part the head part the case, they actually look at prisons. We call them prison rise, and the politics, the case for a new form of politics. And before I really talk about the prison rise, I want to talk about the case for a new form of politics. You know why? We'll go to prison because then 2 reports that will be not published, then likely be the top of them big contract, then toll road passports. Prison, none of us say not a big contract, a big contract, but now they really the politics of Sierra Leone Sidom. Because the first one will be the top about now with the top about how government they raise revenue, like revenue from toll, revenue from passport, and their revenue now they come in. But the small revenue now where they come, how would they use them? So in governance, in economic governance, if you take the revenue end and you take the expenditure end, you don't actually go full circle and foresee how the economy they go. So one of the things that we'll see now that rest very important to Salon, because we didn't come to rest now. Government of Sierra Leone not the only supply prison rest, they supply soldier man, then they supply policeman, then they supply prison. Sometimes they can supply hospitals as well. So if you really understand, go inside one sector, you understand how rest procurement they go, you go able to understand rest procurement Bokusai. So that make we talk say, we really understand how prison rice they go. And besides that, the rice now a big political commodity. And so big political commodity in the sense that, you model yourself where you go here one bag rest, it can respect you more past with the 1 billion something in there. So you see, say rest now staple food, now staple diet, so it's really huge. Okay. But prison important because we call them now the way they understand the politics, because prison supplies, a lot of other agencies can be involved, individuals as well. So you can see, say, political party support groups like them woman them. They talk say, now me they supply plazas for prisons. Now me they do this for prisons. Now me they supply how they call them, provision for prisons. So a lot of groups then can be involved. Okay. So then that make the more we understand them and see how they sit to politics, the better we can really understand how the politics of Sierra Leone work.
All right, now let's look at the year of investigation or research we want to do. Is it not just 2026 or 2025?
We're not going inside 2026 and 2025. We just look at 2016, to 2023. In fact, that same time where the toll gate and the passport, and that period and they would look at. In fact, the reason why would they look at that period and they would actually see whether them pattern and they would lead to bad economic governance, whether them pattern and they change, whether they change now under this administration, whether they don't worse or whether they don't get better. So that make we actually would always would look at the 8 years, and in the passport we look at the 8 years from 2016 to 2023. We in the toll gate we look at that one day back 2016 2023. In the prison rise, they contract them 500 over 500 contracts, 552 contracts, 202 contracts under APC from 2016 to 2018, 350 contracts under SLPP from 2018 to 2023. So if we look at all of them contracting, they follow know whether the patterns don't change, whether it don't worsen or whether it's getting better.
All right. When the audit reports can come out, one thing we can mention years after years get for do with the procurement process of the country in money and our institution then they do procurement. For this research we wanna do, waiting the research the show in terms of procurement na prison.
Prison procurement is concerning. In the first place, one of the things that we'll find out is that 80% of the rest procurement, because in fact, one of the reasons why we would say now rest would they look at now because rest now they carry the biggest expenditure in prison. But all of the items then we look at items like rest, we look at then go to call special diet, then plazas and all that in them. We look like other items like recreation, provision for provide provision. But rest 211,000 new loans, 211 million new loans, not the biggest. 211 million new loans, equivalent to something like $17 million. Now, at the time, within that period, in the rice procurement are the biggest. One of the things we'll find out is 80% of that procurement is waste.
What do you mean by that?
80%. It means, you know, Motorman, you get the number of rice they consume per day. So if we find out, say, 10 cup rest, then on average, 10 cup rest, 9 over of past average 6 years, 10.2 cup rest, 9 they procure for one prisoner per day. That means that there is heavy waste where they happen there. And we find out, say, 2017, for example, and 2023, now some of the two worst years. 2017 are 15 cup rest per day that they cook for one prisoner. Okay. And 2023, now 11 cup rest. In fact, it got better in 2020, 2022. But as it get to 2023, it got worse. And you see, say 2017 going towards 2018 elections, and 2023 when an election period, then period and day, now the period and day we normally issues around corruption can be very concerning. That's why next year, I mean, we need to be worried about procurement the next year. So we one of the things we'll find out, say the Auditor General don't do a lot of performance audits on prisons. One performance audit we then do now that the prison procurement, the food they give to prisoners. This is not we or not the Auditor General. In fact, I encourage people to look at that performance audit. Then get picture. They all will not get pictures. Okay. Then get picture there.
So Andrew, I come about for no say na 10 corpores one prisoner they eat for.
No, if now na 10 day na us, then una cook 10 corpores. That means say one person na one corpores una don't calculate for. So what in this research do? We look at all of the prison inmates. So we look at the lockup data. We then say per day they get lockup data. Say na the number this way sleep na jail. Okay. So you get lockup data. You get annual lockup data. So you look at the annual lockup data, when at the number of people, and then the annual procurement of rice. So you just take that annual procurement of rice, and you take the number of people within a prison. Where you divide and you the number of rice, cup of rice per year per person. So that's all calculator. So for that research, the two biggest sources of data Now the lockup, information, and then the number of the number of rice we then procure per year.
Okay, continue for the between the program in Nemna and Wula Valley, and the executive director at the Institute for Governance Reform. As today, and they also for look inside the 8 Pandy case part 2 reports, where IGR do we show how then the GRS contract for inmates and a correctional center then at the country. The program na Good Morning Salon, they come to a live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, now not time for make we take break na the program.
Bank digital banking don't come for we.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Na bank they won't go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloombank Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko Kotiai.
But Abula fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Not so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloombank Digital, you can bank with freedom any side in the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Aisatu Bloombank Digital.
Aha! Aisatu Bloombank Digital.
Yes, na me name. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloombank Digital Banking.
Bingo! Waiting you dey wait for. Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit our website bloombankafrica.com.
No left piano, cause Bloombank Digital they make you bank
with Colats. Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
You been feel say it no go be, I tell you say it must do am. And anytime where it do am so, you know say na in do am. I dey talk about Balestino Computer Shop, na 5 and 6 Gloucester Street and Tribo John Street Bo, then Bonanza. Usai all waiting there na den shop can reduce palm price where can make people feel say na giwe Balestino de giwe den tin and day. Well this time, Balestino glad for tell you say na double bump bonanza e get. We mean say e get the Ramadan bonanza and the Easter bonanza. Laptop, desktop computer, TV, iPad, iPhone, AC, bag, musical set, computer accessory, electrical and electronics equipment them all go down pan price we go make you at gladdy. You feel say na joke at a joke? Run go 110 at the shop. Now 5 and 6 Gloucester Street and Tribo John Street Bow. Now Fredo, as you go na the shop, say na the bonanza bring me come. Can't see where the staff then they run for sell you. Because Palestino in Ramadan and Easter bonanza na in one grand kinduam. I say, when you see me self they talk so, I don't go get my own original and quality thing them where they inside the shop. You know the secret behind this bonanza? You will get shop can go save na Palestino in shop and buy all waiting there inside the bonanza for let you save go make profits na the shop. Telephone 076 565432 077 805898. Palestino International. Don't ready for let you save make money for yourself because this bonanza na real bonanza.
أبصرت دربي يا شفيعي يا رسول الله أيها المختار فينا زادنا الحب حنينا.
The Ministry of Transport and Aviation and the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority (SLRSA) no gladdy for the way and manner where certain people them where they use the road they behave. Driver and rider them. More the time with traffic in jam. Plenty pan them. More keke rider them. All the time they ride na the wrong lane where they make the traffic number flow fine. The SLRSA, they member all driver, rider and vehicle owner them say for use the route where you no get right for use. Now serious offense under the Road Traffic Act 2007 and the Road Traffic Regulation 2011. Now the routes or lane where they approve no more you for use. You for obey the sign them, marking and traffic instruction them. Make sure say you safe and the one themselves where they use the road safe. Now the Ministry of Transport and Aviation will join on with the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority SLRSA and all who that they undertake and transport business bring this message to you.
Good morning, Salon. They continue, but we want to inform the public. Say we be invite Susan B. Coca, winner the Deputy Director General for the Sierra Leone Correctional Service, and the flyer we pulled yesterday been confirmed and he sent a picture. We put on the flyer, but unfortunately this morning we get information say they don't decline. Waiting do. We don't really know. The program na Good Morning Salon where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Karifatu?
The program Good Morning Salon they continue and we look at another issue na the program. The Deputy Ambassador to Salon na Guinea, Fatmata Sawane, don't say one challenge where they tap embassy they not for able to give better protection to citizens them na other country them now because Salon citizens they know they register na the embassy so that they go no say them they na the country. Fatmata Sawane talk this inside the every week press briefing where the Ministry of Information and Civic Education can organize for updates the public what's the Salon and Guinea situation where happen this Bientem na Solima Chiefdom inside Falaba district. Jaffa Mans Davis Getman gonna report.
This BNTM, no social media video show outside Guinea military personnel then be attacking arrest some Salon military personnel na Kaliere village, Sulima Chiefdom inside Falaba district. Citizens them no be no waiting for think but government protection to them, while journalists, civil society organization and other group them been get different opinion but waiting their action here mean for Salon. After all this, Salon not been take fast action. So to ECOWAS pull word but this situation will be make later. The Minister of Foreign Affairs be lead delegation for Ghana Guinea and bring back them Sojaman they are. But even with all this, plenty people don't know inside this issue start or waiting at the current status of this issue. Make the Ministry of Information and Civic Education engage stakeholder them will take part on this issue for talk more on this situation. But first, important for know inside all this issue start. The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Kemosi say explain.
So quite recently we don't send reinforcement na Falaba for cover certain areas. So the officer on the ground, he meet the town chief. Sepa, once when you give me land, let me build structure for we soldier there. Then ahead of the village towards Guinea. The day they do the clearing as they start the mud bricks. The paramount chief on the other side, na Guinea, with some soldiers, about 10 in number, they come meet the soldier there. They say, hey, yeah, not to Salon, yeah, na Guinea. So now stop this job. So they return the same day in the evening. They see Guinean troops in camp, about then 300 with 2 armored personnel carriers and 6 pickups mounted with anti-aircraft gun. The commander, the captain, look at the impact of attacking that troop. Don't think of the repercussion, but at the end of the day, a declaration of war between the two sister countries.
This explanation, according to the Chief of Army Staff, means say Salon no know the actual thing what separates them with Guinea. So let me listen to how the engagement will lead to the release of about 16 security personnel being Atalek na Guinea as the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba, they explain.
But when we got to Guinea, I realized we needed to use a different tool, not necessarily what is written in the books, but we use social skill. Everybody by the name tag what they see and they know their tribe. So they pattern the inside the tribe and provoke. So it became a family conversation. As chair of the Executive Council of ECOWAS, under the instruction of President Bill, we made sure ECOWAS accompanied through our transition. In fact, I make President Bill come as chair of the authority for validate our democracy. I make it come for the inauguration. So it shows we got to a point where we became visceral. It became matter of the heart. In fact, what we don't now ask them, Usa will man them. They say, you get them now. They say, when I get motoka, we say, no, not get motoka, pass through for famous. They say, no. They say, on a voiture climatisée. So, AC, now they put there. The man, they always that salute, all of them, salute, so, now because they were treated in a dignified way, they enter inside the bus, we bring them.
With this explanation, question we go in plenty people in mind now. Now, what strategy government don't put in place so that things like this not go continue for the happen.
In the Manor River Union already gets a mechanism under the 15 protocol where this mechanism now for deal with the border disputes there. But since 2017, Manor River Union will get no summit, and we now will host the secretariat now, and Guinea gets the chairmanship or the presidency of the Manor River Union. From then we reanimate, rejuvenate, resuscitate, re-enliven Manor River Union as a sub-regional organization. From there we use the mechanism of the Manor River Union for dealing with the issues there. Even though all regional organizations are presently being challenged by the new reset global order, what do we get with the effect with the economic issues, not more of border issues, but economic issues.
With this idea from government, it's so important for listening to the Deputy Ambassador of Leone-Guinea, Her Excellency Fatmata Sarane, we talk about how them like trade and other transaction between Salone citizen and Guinea citizen them don't come to normal as it continue. For explain some pandit them, working Hamburg embassy them, not for able for protect citizen them within another country.
We get the same problem in Guinea right now. Now busy station like I say, people that they pass there for flight and ulti, they're not gonna tell you say with the can as a embassy. They're not gonna call the ambassador. They're not gonna call me. They're not gonna call the HOC. Same to we colleague them within at the embassy. They're all over the world. But when there's a problem, now they tell you they see, then begin call the embassy and begin protect politics. So we get for left handed. As Sierra Leonean, you not need for the APC or SPP. What you need for being a Sierra Leonean where they carry the Sierra Leonean national passport. When you go any country where get embassy and consul, go there and register. Say I am here. Let that institution know say you there around. So if anything happens, will they able go for you?
But as all this they be, people where they follow news around the world go don't understand say the Iran and America war don't they take different level and Salone citizens them where they in the Middle East not safe again. With this make the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Timothy Kaba inside this press conference updates the public but the action them where in ministry don't take for Salone citizens them wait tapping at the Middle East.
We as a ministry we don't get to evacuate Sierra Leoneans are within Tehran. We get about 3 diplomatic staff and 6 local staff. We work with the ministry and 12 students with 1 ordinary citizen of Sierra Leone. When a migrant to Iran, as I talk to you, they all don't transverse into the Republic of Armenia. We say we take further steps for make sure they are safe until we see normalcy return to that region, or if it becomes worsened, we'll evacuate them back to Sierra Leone. Equally so, are they in constant touch with the ambassadors in Qatar, in the UAE, in Saudi Arabia, and in Kuwait to ensure the people are safe.
The minister and for assure Salone citizens them not for afraid for sake of the issue between Salone and Guinea as government don't put plenty agreement and strategy them in place. We go ensure say then here not continue for happening again. For the Society for the Democracy, Jaffa Mans Davis, the report.
The program Good Morning Salone will come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Still inside the studios, we get the Executive Director for Institute for Governance Reform, IGR, Andrew Lavalley. But we want to inform the general public back again, say, we suppose forget Susan B. Cooker, Deputy Director General for the Sierra Leone Correctional Service. But unfortunately, we get information say they're not going able to make them up now the program, and we don't know it's in the reason. Carry Fatu?
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and Mr. Alavali just show you they talk on how the cup of rest for one prisoner be they go up and down. So through una reports, waiting una fair not say why the cup of rest for one prisoner they go up and down from 2016 to 2023. Waiting responsible for that.
The card they say for listeners they would just join the program. On average, from 2016 to 2023, are 10 cup rest, 10.2 cup to be precise. And we see say like I say they fluctuate. So one of the things that we'll find out is that if you take 2016, na 13 cup rest. 2015 na 15 cup rest, 15.9229. 2018 na 11 cup rest. 2019 na 12 cup rest, almost 13 cup. 2020 na go down to 4 cup rest. 2021 na 7 cup rest. 2022 na 6 cup rest, and 2023 it go up back to 11 cup rest. We put all together, we average them statistically na 10 cup rest. So on average, you could see say na 2017 and 2023 we na 15 cup rest and 11 cup rest. And the cabinet say na been the then year in the election year. Family for no say the Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law been do one study in 2019 we go show say then the study na be the cost of corruption. It will show say there is seasonality. You get season there inside salon where corruption can be high. And some of the season that we then identify na election around election, especially the year where they follow election or the election year itself. So now that make you not surprised we will see say 2017 and 2023 now the year then that way more concerning. And one of the things we people for know, almost the same amount will the top of rest, because you get procurement of rice, you get procurement of special diet with the top of meat, the top of fish, you get some plazas and all that in there. Almost at the same amount. So it means that 10 cup with that person they get, it almost get the same amount for plazas back.
All right.
So now the thing and one of the things that we'll find out say, why then you ask the question Carifatu, why then thing are then very high and they remain consistent, even for cup rest per person per day it really high, but they remain consistent across. So it means say not to one mistake, now a structural issue. And that make we find for somebody like the Minister of Finance, he actually take this. Because we did as Minister of Finance, you not go able know, to be fair to them, you not able know, even as Financial Secretary, how many prisoners are there, how many, like the prison data. So now only report them this, now you could make Yusef will see, no, this one, the next time with the paper account to me, I get for see how we will approve or not for approval.
All right. Andrew, from 2016 to 2023, now the target line of this particular research, when I'm able to know the contractor them, we prison contract for suppliers and also waiting at the money we involve.
Yes, we don't talk saying 500 and over 500 contracts, so we know all the contracts. We're not there for actually name anybody, and because we want to solve the problem, we don't want for disgrace anybody. So now 500 contracts. So you can see, say for rice within that period now 211 million euros. For special diet, then plazas, then other thing there, now 203 million euros. For drugs, pharmaceuticals, for medicine, now 60 million euros. New euros. For flour and bakery, now 45 million euros. For cooking gas, now 12 million euros. So not just the items. You get Bokoda. Procurement, like uniforms and all that in there, but we just say for the purpose of research, we're just concerned with them, especially for rice. And let us see how, just by understanding the rice procurement, because rest now we'll be able to measure, we will measure medicine, how much medicine person gets, flour, we will measure how many bakery, but rest is easy for them measure. So by just identifying, say now almost 80% of the money, because they can say at one cup rest, with a loss over about 86% of the money they lost. At two corporates, around 70-something% of the money they lost. And where the Auditor General in special audits talk say, now 110 then they feed prisoner per day, because they have pictures 110 per day. When they try for talk say with Israeli prison become a privileged subgroup, because some people who then did it then commit crimes in the first place, after that they incarcerate them. But the fact of the matter is, one of the things we'll get interest in this now from the public financial management point of view.
All right.
One of the things that we'll find out, I want to state this closely, the procurement in a prison, it really linked with the politics of Sierra Leone. Per then over 500 contract then they 60% of them contracted and they didn't change with the change of government by 2019. 60% change. But it's way interesting, even though 60% of the contractor then change, the pattern no change. So it means we all don't accept, say, now some of the ways and then they for like compensate maybe people that will then support you, both sides of the political divide. In fact, one person, two people when our suppliers will interview them, they talk, say, you are better off where they get complimentary card, somebody write at the back of a complimentary card, say from State House or from the party office, say, let you get the contract, than we prepare a bid, a proper bid. So we really need to look at how contract they go and the politics of Sierra Leone, how the contract they affect, or politics they affect contracting process.
All right, now and we'll all get things clear. Is it that prison directly give contact to them people here? Because according to the Procurement Act, when you give contact to somebody for bid out, advertise, when I'm able to establish for no if prison mean go through all the processes then they.
So I see prison then, I see them press release where they show, then talk to them go through proper due process in procurement. So if that due process, the thing is, they're not negate, they're not talk say no, which not talk na lie with lie. They just say the procurement is right. And when they talk say then say lie, but it means this will procurement will the talk say this procurement right, and this procurement process we need to look into them, because if not this will procurement they generate, if not then losses there, and they talk say prison they lie, and then say no disagree with what you say for saying at 10 corporates, one prisoner they eat per day. That means we actually need to look at the procurement process. So now that make we part of this paper will dedicate to politics. We'll say the case for a new politics, because this politics here way procurement they become a compensation scheme for political party. That's how it happens around the world. But the way some countries don't do them, they don't try for formalize compensating, party supporters. So it's allowable. I know one for calling corruption. We campaign been there now between Kamala Harris and President Trump. Kamala Harris been they say, me wa win, with the bill, 3 million houses, homes then, and cheap homes then, and we'll win with a give 50,000, grants, with a give grant 50,000 for business startups. And clearly, if they make that promise there, because say they want they like this time the supporters and so that this not this they need. Donald Trump people clearly when you go to America, they see two schools of thought. He talks if you vote for Republican, now for the rich, and they cut taxes on the rich. If you go for Democrats, they cut taxes on the poor. So we'll get ways then we then contract there, then contracts there. We can actually formalize and transfers there without not even seen to be fraud. Because at the end of the day, government enroll now for support Sierra Leoneans. So if you support, whether this person had a McKinney, this person had a Bo, but it will just get for formalized. And one of the reasons why we need for formalizer, now the efficiency gains where they come up from Dandy. But it becomes wasteful way with the talk, say, just take this and give to people. In the case of prisons, the procurement process was okay. One of the things then we will identify back, we find for the family know about now what we will call double dipping. So government they provide funding for, and this actually need further research because we'll not investigate and better. Government they provide funding for prison, which they call prison farms, and there is a hope say from them prison farms there either prisoners then buy rest for feed prisoners, or the prisoners or they use some of them, because it's a correctional center anyway. And because it's a correctional center, if you do that farming, you actually get money. Like I say, this is not a gap in the research, but it's a potential area for law we actually explore, whether, because we'll not find out whether them procurement then they, how the prison farm they actually feed the prisons.
Okay.
What you'll find out is that all of the rest and more of which in prison need now government they procure.
So in this report they say about who that they award the contract.
Anyway, so now prison and they award the contract.
So it for be?
Well, anyway, so I know the award of contract, whether the procurement process that was followed, and prison talks and follow them procurement process, then it was not, this research was not an audit of the procurement process, I must admit. It was for say waiting at the outcome. All the processes then they waiting the lead to waiting at the outcome. For let you audit procurement processes we don't pass, you really need for audit how the process go. We not audit that process in this research.
Okay.
We just audit the outcome. All that processes, if you done, if you're okay, if you're perfect, you just see say still na 10 cup of rice 9 would they get per prisoner per day.
All right, it seems as if through your explanation of the research, mismanagement they happen at prison.
One of the things that we'll find out, I think the first thing down there, that at least 80% of the 211 million yuans were equivalent to $70 million where they allocate for procurement of rice, now wasteful expenditure. So there's a difference between mismanagement and waste. There's a clear difference between mismanagement of waste. And sometimes you can waste something without you not mismanaging. You can waste something without you not being corrupt. Maybe sometimes the data on the prisons, maybe then data then they're not correct. Maybe the data when they use for calculate the rice is not correct. We take 2016 and get the least amount of prison inmates, followed by 2020, 3,341 prisoners then. This is not the rest of the country.
Okay.
In fact, when I talk to the correctional center, Pademba Road, they come, not so just Pademba Road, we talk about inmates across Sierra Leone.
Okay.
3,300, 3,800 in 2020. The highest in 2023, 5,561. So each year you see the rise and the procurement and the prison inmates. And maybe, just maybe, one of the things that will go really gladly, that next time we government they approve them budget there or their expenditure here, let you actually look at the inmate database. You actually look at the police database. You actually look at the military database where they do them, assign them procurement there. Because at the end of the day, you know who make them savings there? Everybody, including the police, the military. The other day, when I talk about what happened in Guinea, all of them have a relationship with what happened with your security, with governance, or politics. So like in Guinea, some people in the talk say, one of the things that would happen are moral and loss. Of course, we all know, say, Guinea in a country where it's not as democratic as how Sierra Leone is. In fact, there are a school of thought where they even argue, say, maybe the Guinean contingents now they far flung outside of Conakry, they're under control.
Okay.
But the reality is that you get some moral issues, and the way would they manage with resources, they go a long way for determining even the fragility of the country. So everybody, the police, the military, and me and you too, go benefit if them procurement then they are done properly.
So these 8 panic case reports identify any specific procedure breach or irregularity on how the Sierra Correctional Service
we not investigate down there. We look at the outcome, and I think I don't answer this question. We look at the outcome of the procurement. So if they talk say that you black clothes you wear you buy 2 million. So one of the things that we'll find where you need to know whether this person you actually go do window shopping or you just go buy the 2 million. One of the things we'll just find out is whether waiting at the value for money. So forget about that procurement procedure there.
Okay.
It's all important. You can put boku rigorous procurement procedures, but you know the amount of value for money. So what you look at the value for money consideration. It's not whether that procedure was followed, procedure was not followed. We know a lot of devil there in the details as to whether the procurement go fine or not go fine. That was not, like I say, If you continue to ask, I'm not going to answer that question because it was not the subject of our research.
Okay, continue for the between the program in Nemna and Gola Valley, in the executive director at the Institute for Governance Reform. As today, in the also for look inside the 8 case reports part 2, where they pull aside to look at the addressing the guys supply contracts for inmates now. The Salon Correctional Service. Continue for the between the program. We're now not time for make we take break.
Praise me Allah inside this Ramadan.
Kini Joseph, but who saw you the run they go sola the holy o? I don't mind score. But I keep on my they come on my they go correct money. Tell me picking I don't say money for me but for the family. You know you read the news. I say PC4 in exchange bureau. The master sabi for in exchange bureau na the country. There's samba una with them Ramadan 1% cashback bonus. I say for any money where you go collect na any PC and Son shop, whether na through Western Union, MoneyGram or RIA, you go get 1% bonus cashback. So you will get from Bull overseas. We go send for you money for this Ramadan. You pick it in school fee, the house rent, money for pool zakat. No collect them, no side. Once na through Western Union, MoneyGram or RIA, just go collect them. Now PC and Son shops them all about the country. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the Combra Foreign Exchange Bureau.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite. Pay other bill them and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Jagba don't done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. Inside Africa today, money they move with speed, but not only with trust. And trust the name now, Africash by UBA. Whether you're in Nigeria or Ghana, Kenya, Liberia or Salon Safe, Africash, they connect all African countries them. With Africash, you go able to send and receive money outside Salon to other African countries them. Simple one. Whether you get account with UBA or not, it no matter. UBA design Africash for all man, any size and anytime inside Africa. If fast, you go able to send and receive money direct na any UBA bank or any UBA branch or agent office. Yes, oh yes, Africash, they give you the power for do easy one with no stress. Na Africash, na the bra for send money na all the African country them. Go na any UBA branch or agent location today for send and receive money one time. For more information, call we na 078-200-200 or email winner cfcsierraleone@ubagroup.com. UBA, Africa's global bank. One brand, partnering for progress.
You dey get problem for find the right bank for keep you couple or do business? Union Trust Bank UTB na your solution. UTB they do internet banking where they make them easy for you for know wetin dey happen with your account any side you dey anytime you put or take money. We dey give we customers them loan we no go monitor them for pay at all. Oh yes, Union Trust Bank na the bank for you. Na UTB, all we customers them special and we get good workman them where they cater for all we customers them banking service. We then a plenty sign at the country. We then a Kabbalah, Cambia, Lonsal, Jala, Maboka, Bo, Kenema, Kono and Mile 91. You can get more information but we at www.utb.sl or come now we head office na number 2 House Street, Freetown. Union Trust Bank, na the true bank for you.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Inside the program we take one of headlines story them, and now they're gonna state us outside the President Julius Maada Bio assure Salon people say the government will continue for support free and transparent electoral process in the country. President Julius Maada Bio talk this way the new Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Electoral Commission of Salon, Edmond Sylvester Alpha, go take oath of office as the new ECSL boss na state host. For more on this, make we join Yeno Kabia.
I, Edmond Sylvester Alpha,
do hereby in the name of God swear
do hereby in the name of God swear
that I will faithfully and truly discharge
that I will faithfully and truly discharge
the duties as Chief Electoral Commissioner
the duties as Chief Electoral Commissioner
and Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone,
and Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone,
and that I will support, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone as by law established. So help me God.
That's not the voice of the new Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Electoral Commission of Salon, Edmond Sylvester Alpha. But they take the oath of office before President Julius Maada Bio na state host, outside the Secretary to President, Baba Brema Fortune. But they read the citation. Section 32, subsection 3 of the 1991 Constitution give the President the power through consultation for consult with all registered political parties in the country for appoint the ECSL boss. This appointment of Edmond Sylvester Alpha now one way been bring plenty concern, more especially from the main opposition APC party, who say the party not been take part by the interview, and safe the party not been in a parliament, the term where parliament be the approve This appointment, according to President Julius Maada Bio, now about 14 registered political party them out of the 16 registered political party them being grief for make him begin do in work proper one after we parliament be not approve make the new Chief Electoral Commissioner don't go take oath of office before President Julius Maada Bio na state host. The Chief Electoral Commissioner Edmond Sylvester Alpha been talk about waiting this appointment mean to
Today is my day. This is the day the Lord has made for me. So let us rejoice and be glad in it. It is with a profound sense of humility and a deep weight of responsibility that I stand before you today to formally accept the appointment as Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, a commitment to trust. I humbly express my heartfelt gratitude to His Excellency for the confidence reposed in me to serve in this high office. An appointment to the ECSL is not merely a professional milestone, it is a sacred contract with the people of this nation.
Edmond Sylvester Alpha been talk about the new team where in go bring come na the electoral process for make people trust the process.
As I take up this mantle, my North Star will be the Constitution of Sierra Leone and not perceptions or opinions. I repeat, the Constitution of Sierra Leone and the legal frameworks, rules, regulations, and procedures that govern our electoral processes.
Now this assurance and begin to the president, political party them, Salon people, and safe international partner them.
My pledge is to the nation, to the citizens of Sierra Leone, from the bustling streets of Freetown to the fraudulent reaches of our provinces, I offer these core commitments. Independence. I pledge to exercise my duties without fear or favor, maintaining a stance of strict neutrality in the face of political interests. Transparency. Every step of our process must be visible and understood. We will work to ensure that the how and why of our operations are clear to all stakeholders. Integrity. The sanctity of the ballot box is non-negotiable. I am committed to upholding the highest ethical standards to protect the will of the people.
After the Chief Electoral Commissioner Edmond Sylvester Alpha, we don't take the oath of office before the President Julius Maada Bio say this appointment in line with the Constitution of Salon.
I have exercised the power that is vested in me in accordance with the Constitution of Sierra Leone. In opposition, I witnessed the appointment of two chairs of the Electoral Commission. I was not consulted, but because the Constitution demands that I consult, I have consulted and have reached this position. Mr. Edmond Alpha is the chair of ECSR from this date. Mr. Alpha, this is a weighty task, and I don't envy you, but you have with you a set of commissioners who are equally capable to support you throughout your duration.
The president be carry on for talk about why democracy important to him and self waiting at the thing the way he don't do for fight for the country in democracy.
After nearly 30 years of lack of democracy by a one-party APC government, I put my life on the line to make sure democracy returns to this country. I sacrificed my life and power to make sure that we had the first democratic elections nearly 30 years since that opportunity was squandered. So for me, it is a national task that I perform at all times. And by appointing you today, I have entrusted in your hands a great legacy of a Sierra Leone that is democratic.
In same way, so been talk about waiting in makeup of the different appointments them, where in say the main opposition APC party knocking reform.
When I make an appointment and I hear the opposition shout, for me it's normal. That is the work of the opposition. They have to shout. If they do not shout, they are not opposition. But I entreat them to a national discussion because that is the beauty of democracy. We should engage in meaningful dialogue, and I've always engaged them. In terms of the many political reforms, in terms of the constitution, we never had the opportunity, I, as leader of opposition, never had the opportunity to discuss. I was told to go to the police at one point to make my report. But I said, come to the State House, let's discuss, because I value democracy. I say this because I want us all as a nation to embrace democracy, not just when it fits us, but when it is good for the whole nation.
President Julius Maada Bio end up assured the new Chief Electoral Commissioner say government will continue with their support when they don't get to ECSL. And safe say government ready for support them and get the free will for doing work without any political interference. With support from Saptiu Kalon for Radio Democracy, Kabia the report.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and we still get Angola Valley in the executive director at the Institute for Governance Reform. As today, and they also for look inside the 8-pandy case part 2 reports where they look at the rise supply contracts for inmates in a salon and serve the case for a new politics. So look at the other parts of the report when are the case for a new politics.
Yeah, so we really need a case for a new politics. So you see now what's going to happen where the opposition don't come out in the parliament, we don't install the electoral commission, opposition say they're not part of where you watch, from where President Kabati come on power, we get a lot of disturbances, a lot of tension, political tension. So politics really unproductive for we. We don't see the toll. If anything not the hard person, but they see like the toll gate, with $172 million and just $1 million. You see passports, now we don't see prisons. They see every day they see the losses. We get two bar associations now. You actually see how civil society don't polarize, it don't divide it. In fact, you get colleagues civil society, if they didn't sit on there, they will disagree with all the things they say. That's how divided and polarized we did. So I don't know if that's so one for go, we get this unproductivity. And right now, the thing we don't see is the country now, whether you need PR system, first past the post, PR system, first past the post. And one of the things that we would see, na fear, people are afraid. So if SLPP continue again for the next 5 years, how my life will look like? If APC can have power, how my life look like? How my life will look like? It's a legitimate fear, and that fear they shape all of this tension, this violence. For say, because politics now decide the way it give resource to everybody. So people really believe say their life will go bad if their party lost, or their life will go bad if their party continue in power.
All right.
Yeah. So now I make with the experience all the things. So you see say And this is not the thing. Where people in Kindena power, you actually see the difference in the material acquisition of that person there. So you go see somebody a day, una all the worker, then they just say, no, this the moment they don't appoint that person there, it take 1 year, 2 years, you see that person there in life and in lifestyle is different from you. So politics don't become a place where they get shortcuts to happiness and so wealth. And this report here, where they talk the hate party case, then part 1, part 2, it actually show how the states they provide resources to people that wouldn't be very close to them.
All right. In any way, Andrew, the research where you do in any way get for do with politics na prison on the procurement, because you mentioned say most of the procurement process them or the procurement people women they procure thing them for the prison not they again. Politics don't mix into.
Oh yes, so you see say we over 500 procurement contracts, 62% of them contracts, and the contractors then change. By 2019 now, most of them contracts are not change. This Umaya will be the plazas, supply plazas also again, another women's leader 99. So that's not the thing like that. So one of the things that we would see a lot of people in the complaint about injustice. Where you take the clock 10 years back, now the same police you get, the same police who would cry say, no, they brutalize protesters now McKinney. Now the same police who they talk say they brutalize protesters that Bo na Kenima, depending on the regime. So one of the thoughts where they jump out of this paper is how do we flip the tables of injustice? And one of the reasons why one of the things and we will feel say can be done is how Salon people they can elect themselves. Okay. The best way for let you love yourself, whether in a SLP and APC, now for let you know, should tell the government for properly account for the toll gate rule, for the passport contract, for prison contract. Because where the state effective, we all the better. We do one research where we look at all the one then way President Biodo appoints, the chiefdom way then come out. We look at the one that way President Kurma appoint, then same position the chiefdom will then come out, the one that will President Kaba appoint, the chiefdom will then come out, then same position the ambassadors, ministers, and we'll go back, we'll say, which don't change, but then chiefdom there in terms of water, electricity, much not the change. So appointment, this FETFET say, you brother get for the inner power, you sister in power, you waiting at the north, where SLPP in power, you know the better. You waiting at the south and east, where APC in power, you know the better. We don't test this for 65 years.
Okay.
We see say it not the work for anybody. And one of the things we'll find out is that this is really interesting. Communities that we don't get any appointment, we found out say them better than communities we don't get appointment. Because communities that we don't get appointment, then they begin now, we get now receivership. Then they begin now for rely on the one that we then they appoint or let them do so for them. So you don't see say now communities that will be they produce before, like where you go upline, they say, do you where you go upline, send pepper for me. First time, where you go upline, do you send Gary for me. Now, where you come on at big town, say, do you send pepper for me where you come. You understand that? So that productivity they we don't change them because of the expectation of politics don't make. So the next 2 years we really need for see how they're able to change that cost there.
Okay, continue for the with you now the program now. Not time for make we take walkabouts.
Another morning again. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Happy we are. Change been at this country, mine. Happy yesterday. I relax. I just swing na mi amok. Nati. Utai. Go don't go sign. Silo. Ate Paoli concern WCPA parties who tried them boycott and nothing no happen. Finally God don't go sign silo mine. CPA patu nubiaya na make them kinte una dena governance una do wetin you suppose for do because wetin me dey see right now na outside PPSL no dey don't do wetin una dey talk because dem say unu minde na so unu sef me dey bulldoze mine. Atutai gote when himself mean the opposition, na to them he pick somebody wey no glad with boy no grumble. Ati how this country go before mine, do me I do you man no go vex mine. Na to man the back then na PPSL party, man they make like say power no go done. But I hope say slow, as God don't sign you as the new coach of the team. Do ya? Na for ref and find mine. Ati content local. That boy from William Ingia suspension, where he come he just make ying. Because ati how they appoint another person, but you where they appoint to you want go suspend the other person, wait until you say put them back, you say you not go do ati na make them give you speed from where you come, you don't maintain mine, but how you do how family, how picking them, ite ate guma valley, and understand how unu dey. Teti dey una no dey beef up that institution dey. All the way they ask to now, they say them make the dam for 2-3 people them, but una no dey upgrade them. How unu go dey up till now? Una get timetable for the give people the water, but not to show. Ate talo for the grow now. But until we don't get new party where they dey, we hope say thing go change mine. I say GRI, Mr. Data. You know, say every week, every month you get data where you dey pull mine. The last day you change up for that passport and now that road. This be NTM now, you don't go inside prison. I hope say the next data you go inside Guinea. The reason we make Madi may come up on the country couch Bokumo to Kade with gun then kana inside with city inside state house. We up till now we don't know what happen. But Mr. Data, this be enter you data the sober mind. Ati now you make we know what they happen at that toll gate. Now you make we know what they happen at the passport. And now you don't make we know what they happen at Bamba Kayaka mine. Ati Uma Organization, National Uma Organization. I agree to you the delete people them. We want to map for be somebody na CPA party. Ati if somebody dey outside dey, which one are you on dey? What's the person no mix and dey? Ati boo, when they say woman they get problem at this country, then he feel say na play. Ati we are move there. Now so I see video they go on social media. Who's I say that boy? Na in the chawa for let with chawa. Who's that boy say? How in popsy? Now they me touch. I just can't in this mind. This country where they are the senior that people where you not expect. Now then they talk to them. We not too clear make sense mind. I take this politics yeah. You don't claim na man the head you don't claim na man the head. Papi, you need for slow down. You na young man, you get long way for go. Where you see the man they talk inside the well, they tell you say this election where the car na in life mine. Now they say if things change now, how you go there? Ati na God girl you, na God girl thing. If na lie, ask CPA party, na so CPA party me above say, then the inside. Na ain't got 3 foot the mind. Politics, they play inside politics. Na so next to me, they give people the above say no worry. No na go inside, take out osamu. So no self na they all around they talk all kind talk. Ati uno take uno tem. Me na the honorable Piki Wakabot.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program. They look at messages. The one I don't send this one from Abdurrahman Tijani say, Andrew, did you guys check the number of cops as it is supposed to be in the bag? What number of cops measures per inmate every day? Now the number of cops per bag are no longer the same as before.
This other one from Hassan our Facebook page. They say, good morning, Radio Democracy. I am curious as to why there is no one from prisons to answer questions about these allegations. If we expect our parliamentarians to do that, they won't. Our parliamentarians only care about themselves. If you believe that Parliament or those responsible for ensuring that these things do not happen are not aware that is happening, you will be mistaken.
This one from Mystic Nadwazaki say the Said report on the rise should be a great call for national concern, more so when it has been ongoing for a long time.
This other one from Amadou Kabo on our Facebook page, they say, and will you say million new loans, you mean billions all loans?
This one say the Anti-Corruption Commission should investigate the management of the Sierra Leone Correctional Service on this issue.
This other one from Super Caps for the Kabakabana of Facebook page, they say on the issue of appointment of the Chief Electoral Commissioner, we ask that he carry out his job with no favor to any party. He must ensure free, fair and credible elections for peace to prevail in the country as the will of the people should be followed.
This one from Ibrahim say it is concerning that procedural lapses continue in key institutions. When accountability is missing, challenges multiply. Citizens deserve better handling of national issues.
Well, that's now some panel message we don't come now the program, so we'll come to the studio guests now for response to some panel message there.
I quickly clarify to and somebody say how we go get the report.
You will just go on our website, the IGR website. All of the report they will on the publish all the day. And so thank you very much. Somebody talked about the number of cups of rice per bag. He always get averages, number of cups of rice per bag. For people and know say number of cups of rice per bag, they are around 170 to 180 cups of rice per bag. So now that day you take for determine the rice, but not so we do calculation. They will do calculation. In fact, it could have been higher. If you talk, say we take the retail price. So if you say na 10 leons, now you get for rest. We'll not take how many bags of rice they buy. So we just say with the cup of rice, but that year day. So now you go make it determine with that number of cups of rice. Where you go buy with that 10 leons. So if you actually take bags of rice, then cups and they will be higher. So those are conservative estimates. Somebody talked about ACC to investigate prisons than anti-corruption they issue down there. But one of the things that we really they come across is that business executives, and this we see this in Parliament, we actually see the powerlessness we Parliament get for investigate some of them here. So business executives and the one that would then CEO then for them business, and they appear to get stronger say over the executive than the parliament would oversee them. And this really it's a concern for we democracy, because parliament ain't for oversee. So outside business executive, for example, especially like the toll road, if parliamentarian they talk say I don't get this document, and Salon government the press for getting documented, I think Senator for concern everybody. The loan way for camp for them load. The prison, yes, it's an issue, but these are internal, nothing they can resolve so easily. But what would they talk about concession agreements and then big agreement the way they come? You get agreements where, like for example, the Leone-Guinea airports. How then concession really can be done, and how will they ensure say we get value for money? It can be challenging in some way. But one of the things they will find out, and it's a lesson for we, and I think say in all modesty, you find for share this for say outside civil society evidence, the quality of evidence high, and the quality of engagement is high. That means say not just how they generate evidence, but how they engage for ensure say the evidence we get, government acts upon them. You know, we can actually see say results can be achieved. And too often, not often say we engage one time, you can get all your answers or your results. In fact, both sides want to get all the answers or results in one go. Okay. But as we continuously engage, you see say things can change. So one of the things, so we not get for relent. Now that make just this morning we don't publish, we update on the NTI. It's a page people can go on our website all the day on the updates for we will see. So we know continue. We know. So somebody asked whether this now billions or millions. If not new leons, obviously not millions. If not all leons, we talk about billions of leons. So now 211 billion all leons. Okay. So now we talk about $70 million just for rice.
So what are the key recommendation where these reports they don't make for in terms of promoting transparency and accountability?
So we recommend two things then. The first recommendation, now let governments look at this report now and use the information from this report and let it inform the review of procurement of rice for all other sectors, not only for prison uniform personnel, because if it's waste in the correctional services, it might be somehow. I'm not talking at the same because we don't investigate it, but we therefore see how the same standard will apply to other areas. Then, we say government they provide food because those are areas where government they spend beaucoup money, and if government, with all due respect, consider this recommendation, I think Salon will save small money. And you know, there is an ongoing effort within government for digitize, they call it digitalize procurement. That means as procurement they pass, you go see on now radio democracy, you actually see which at the stage of the procurement, how they blow whistle, how they make sure the grievance is redressed. All go there online, where all man go see. One of the strongest recommendations will give now let government expedite that process, so they'll get as quickly as possible, so that all of them gaps there in procurement will be addressed.
Plenty thank you for joining inside the program this morning.
Thank you.
In name Nandro Lavalina, the Executive Director for Institute for Governance Reform, IGR, assuming today they look at the report. We are 8 on the case part 2, and this particular one they look at prison, procurement of rest and other issues there. Well, somebody asked why prison representative not there. We invite them, especially the Deputy Director for the Correctional Service, Wena Susan B. Coker. And we put on a flyer within consent, but this morning we get information say they're not going to come around. But all the same, plenty thank you. We want to join me inside the program. Well, I good all the content of the program. Good morning, Salon. We come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Plenty thank you to the production team and Gimantai produced the program. DJ Sugar came for technical support. Mary Kamara Bangura make us see you live on Facebook. So to meet another 10 minutes, Usman Kamara, wonderful day. Bye bye.
Mina, can you to contact say have a nice day.